Morning, everybody. Welcome on in. Just had to weigh in right before the show. 214.3. So, I guess I did lose a little weight yesterday. Most of it hair. God, I'm so glad to have chopped that fucking mop. Feels so much better. This is how I like to wear my hair about 99% of the time. All right. We got a good show for y'all, ladies and gentlemen. Today, we're going to dive back into Pokemon. Going to be real nice and chill. Anybody who wants to hang out can. If you don't, that's fine. The exit door is literally any other URL on the internet, so see you there. Whew, good workout this morning. Real solid workout. Not bad. All things considered, I'm pretty pleased with how it went. Go ahead and open. How you doing, ENB? God, I love seeing you in here. It's always good to talk to you. By the way, crazy delicious combo. Non-fat Greek yogurt and Lihing mango. You can just use regular mango, but come on, this is Hawaii. Lihing also just makes pretty much any fruit better, especially pineapple and mango. Lance was a nightmare. Yeah, Lance gets tough. That's why I wanted to use Ice Beam instead of Blizzard. That 70 accuracy screws you over unless you inject an X accuracy into that. Which honestly, I'm kind of surprised you didn't do. Use, you know, whatever Pokemon as a tank and just load your Lugia up with X accuracy and then knock him out. But, I mean, clearly you won. Congratulations. If I was going to use Blizzard or Thunder, 100% that would have been my strat. I normally hate battle items, but yeah. Ice Beam. So when it comes to moves for battle in Pokemon, I hate inaccurate moves. God, it's been over a week since we played this, so got some berries to pick up at least. It's good. We need lots of Lumberries, because those are basically full heals. Spamming healing items, yeah. Ooh, I forgot we had a Lepa Berry. I got that last time. Definitely plant that. It's a Wiki Berry. Alright, we'll plant a Wiki Berry. I like having lots of all the different kinds of berries. I'm okay with having even more Lumberries, honestly. Plant. We'll get a Persimmon berry as well. Yeah, next time for sure. For me, I'm always. This is why again if I was gonna go with an electric Pokemon, I was gonna teach it Thunderbolt, not Thunder. I might still do that. Okay, so right now we've leveled up Tatsu some. Need to do now is figure out where even are we? Oh, I'm at Cyanwood. Oh yeah, that's what we were doing. We were exploring what was it called? Whirl Island. Speaking of, I am nowhere near close to being able to catch Lugia, so we're not doing that today. Let's go Azalea. Go pick up some balls from Kurt. Because I think we're going to need a shit ton of heavy balls. Which I don't believe we have. The post-game? Maybe I'm in for a surprise, but Kanto post-game's pretty easy until you get to red. What balls do I actually have? Because I need heavy. Heal, friend. Okay, I actually have 10. That's not bad. Could use a few more. Oh, we got more friend balls. All right. Let's go ahead and give him some more. got 10 of these. Might as well. Alright. Come back for it later. Great. Is there something nearby? Aw. I do think Dratini's just a really cute Pokemon. Like, look at it. He's a cute little guy. So what I do need to do now is bag. The question is, do I really want to go to the trouble of training Dratini to level 55 before going to the Elite Four? I really don't want to do that, because that's just going to take... One, it's going to take forever, and two, it's just going to be really dull. I think what I'm going to do is get it to 40, and then evolve it to Dragonair. So for those of you who are wondering and missed my stream yesterday, go check it out. I've got, if you wanted to know what my thoughts were about the competition, about the modeling show, I kind of summed it all up yesterday. Happy to talk about it again, but... Okay. I think, I want to say... I forget who it is that is available that you're supposed to call on Sundays. I'm not going to grind it until the post-game. You use a Larvitar. Go to me again, right? No. My training. Let's try a couple more. Damn, I don't know. Do you remember who Sunday mornings you're able to battle? Well, I've got no idea. Either way, Steelix is my strongest Pokemon right now at 40. 40 ain't really gonna cut it. I already know that much. Speaking of the daycare, I should probably check that. Other gaming, yeah. I can't look at Discord while I'm streaming. It's a limitation of this old ass PC. Let's go see what Elm has to say. Oh, shit. Lyra, 8 badges. That's so cool. Professor is waiting for you. Last Chris. Okay. Never cease to amaze me. Going great. Take this to social media. Appreciate it. Wait, he just straight up gives you a Master Ball in this game? What the fuck? Pokeball. Researchers make better use of it than I can. By the way, a beautiful kimono girl's looking for you. People are talking about you. Hurry up, kimono girl has been helping all these people. They're proud to be your friend. All right. Kimono girls are waiting for you at the Aquatique Dance Theater. I guess we go fight the kimono girls. Still in Pokemon. Pokemon raised by bad person. I thought you got it from someone other than Elm. Well, let's go fight last Chris as well. Well, so it sounds like the kimono girls have been reworked somewhat. Because in the original game, you could fight them the first time you got to Ecruteak. I mean, they were strong-ish for the point in the game that you could fight them. You know, they were... Oh, there's an apricorn over here. Let's go grab it. They were strong, but not anything special. They had one of the then 5 Eevee evolution variants. Lugia, catch rate with a heavy ball is so good. Might be able to get away with not putting it to sleep. Run it out of Hydro Pump. Could maybe do that. Is Hydro Pump physical or special? I would think it's physical, but I don't know that. Because if it's physical, I'm just going to load my Steelix up with Pasho Berries and just go for the... Just let Steelix tank it. Are really strong now. Oh, right. I have to call her before we can actually battle. Oh, it's special? Okay, so Steelix won't be helpful then. But Tentacruel should have no problem handling that. God, I love having three... Like, I think I have 3 different tanks on my team right now. God, that yogurt is really good. Lihang mango is so good. Dude, I fucking love Hawaii so much. Actually, you know what? I could talk about one thing. Hang on. What do you think about battling? Sweet. Oh, she's in the national park, not Route 38. Alright, well, cool. Good morning, Big Red. You have to run it out of Aeroblast. Well, if I wanted to use Meganium, I'd have to run it out of Aeroblast. See, what I would do is try to run it out of Hydro Pump with... if I was going to do that, if it uses Hydro Pump first, run it out with Tentacruel. If it uses Aeroblast first, run it out with Steelix. Because Aeroblast is going to do nothing against the Steel type. Have it wall its extra sensory attacks until you catch it. So yesterday, actually I want to talk about this. Another great example of people being unreliable. So, I had yesterday, she's extreme speed, yesterday was supposed to be the after party for the runway show on Friday. I was told, hey, why don't we, I suggested this, why don't we go to Bellows Beach over on the windward side, because it's freaking awesome. And everybody's like, oh, Bellows, it sounds like a great idea. And then, oh, god damn it. I knew I should have used extreme speed. That was a mistake. Okay, I'm killing you now. So the show went, everybody instead of, you know, going to bed at a reasonable time, I went to bed at 1 because one of my homeboys asked for, a couple of my homeboys asked for a ride to Chinatown. I'm like, all right, bet, get in the car. So I drive them over in my van to Chinatown. And then one of them leaves their wallet in my van, and I don't realize this until they've texted me because I don't look at my phone while I drive, and I've gotten home. Then I drive all the way back to Chinatown, give them the wallet because I'm freaking clutch like that. And then, there we go, Chesterberry. And then I have to fucking... Yeah, my K-van. And then I have to go all the way, you know, I did that. I gave him his wallet, which is, you know, a clutch thing. But as a result, I didn't get to bed until like 2. The day before, Friday, I guess Saturday morning. I woke up and hit a lift because that's just how I am. And then, you know, I went out, returned to the Tux because I had to do that. And then I picked up the 2 homeboys, one of the 2 homeboys from last night, and he had 2 baddies with him, which was fun. They were really cool to talk to. They were from, they were study abroad students from Norway, so they actually had brains on their shoulders instead of just looking hot and being airheads, which is a problem with a lot of good-looking women. But no, these 2 ladies were very intelligent. I didn't make a move. I wasn't interested in doing that. I'm 30. I feel like it's weird to be hitting on college students in your 30s. Maybe that's just me. But it was just really enjoyable to talk to them. I thought they were very smart people. Anyway, so we do that, and then I go with... I actually did a little bit of damage. Let's give Tatsu a berry. Have a citrus berry. There we go. So we had a really great time, but I was kind of waiting for all the homies who wanted to go from Waikiki. Like, I offered to pick people up and drive them to Bellows, which is not... I hate driving on Waikiki. I really just hate Waikiki in general. So the fact that I did that, again, that was something I was willing to do. And this was supposed to kind of celebrate my 30th birthday because I was in Miami doing the competition. I didn't really have time to actually celebrate it on the day. And nobody showed up from the modeling crew. They all wanted to stay in Waikiki and then just, just enjoy their vacation or enjoy their whatever, and because they were all tired because they had been partying last night. And then they were said, "Oh, it's okay, we'll do something Sunday." Well, lo and behold, I hear last night they all went out to the clubs partying. So at this point, you guys are great modeling people. Go have fun in Waikiki. You'll never experience the real Hawaii, but hey, at least you're having fun. Go do that. Bye. I have no interest in hanging out with you anymore. It's one thing to do that, but just be honest. Tell me I want to go clubbing, I want to party, and then I want to sleep in really late because I'm going to be tired and be up till 5 a.m. partying. If that's your scene, it's okay. But what pisses me off is when you say one thing and you do another. Don't say you're interested in going and hitting Bellows or hiking Tripler Ridge if you're not. I'm not going to be I'm more offended when you pretend you're interested and then blow me off and flake than if you're just not interested and you say so at the get-go. It's way easier to plan because it's about respect for my time. When you blow me off like that, it makes me not trust you, and it makes me feel like I've wasted my time. But hey, I got to meet 2 new friends yesterday. They were both, one really hot and 2 very well spoken. And frankly, they have some very strong opinions on American men I would agree with. Most American men suck. However, most American women also suck. And they both agreed with that. They were surprised at our takes on American women, but when we explained them, they said, yeah, you know what? That all checks out. Because they've had American women, because they're Norwegians. They're in great shape and they're smoking hot. But they've had American women like try to neg them in bars, just like be really mean to them. And it's because they see them as a threat. As for what they said for American men, they said American men dress like crap, guilty as charged. We do. In general, we're way too casual, at least for European tastes. And now, granted, especially here in Hawaii, that's going to be a thing. But still, that's fair. In that we're often not very worldly, not very knowledgeable about other countries. Which, I explained to them, to be fair, if it took you a 7-hour flight to cross the ocean, you probably wouldn't care as much either. Because it was one of those things that, you ask, and it's the give and take. If you ask a European, where Nebraska is on a map, they're not going to have a fucking clue. But if you ask an American where Bosnia and Herzegovina is on a map, they're also probably not going to have a fucking clue. Let's both do better on both sides of the pond. And okay, you say, oh, American states aren't as important as American countries. Bitch, California has more people in it than most countries do. And it's got a bigger economy than almost every country on the planet. Yeah. Just in shorts and t-shirt most of the time, but I just don't care. Bingo. It's the same reason I cut my hair. Funny enough, okay? And this one's gonna go to my modeling director. I love you, bro. Always, I'm here for you. But you wanted me to have hair like Brad Pitt in Fight Club. I had comments from modeling, from hair stylists and makeup artists at the show in Miami, from other models at Honolulu Fashion Week, and from these 2 girls yesterday that I'd be way better with a buzz cut. And you know something? I've had this buzz cut for 99% of the time I've been on Earth, and I very much agree. It's also saved me over $3,000, not even accounting the value of my saved time over the last 8 years since I started cutting my own hair. Want to cut my hair like you? Do it. Dude, there's a Mr. Money mustache art. I know you've read that. You have to have read that about the universal men's grooming device. It's like a $30 wall clipper you can get at Walmart. Get a nicer one if you feel like it, but you really don't have to. I do that, and it takes me maybe 25 minutes. Usually I get 2 good solid progressive rock songs, and I make many passes. I just set it to a really low setting, buzz it all down, job done, and then sweep it up, take a shower, all the remainder of the hair that's stuck on my head comes off, and it looks great. And the best thing is, you take a towel, like you rub it for 3 seconds, and it's dry. It's so nice. All right, we're fighting. Let's send in extreme speed at him, see if we can knock him out in one blow. It's just an oddish. Nice. Wait, why are we trying to level up this Pidgeotto? The fuck? Well, damn. I guess the Pidgeotto's getting some levels. That was a mistake. Ooh, Bone Meringue. I forgot that move. That's a cool one. But Aquatail should win here. Yeah, short hair rules. It's so much more efficient. And efficiency is the truest form of beauty. God, Li Hing powder makes everything so good. Especially Greek yogurt. Because Greek yogurt's kind of sour. And then the Li Hing powder is just lovely, sweet, salty. Okay. I don't know why we had Pidgeotto with the EXP share. That's not necessary. Didn't you encourage Hiei to not to visit Waikiki when he was there? Yeah, so Hiei was very smart. When he came here, he listened to what I had to say, and I think he had a more unique and special Hawaiian trip than most people ever have, especially on Oahu. I don't think we went to Waikiki a single time. However, we jumped Kapena Falls. We hiked one of the craters that nobody knows about around here. We rode all the way up around Kahuku and the North Shore. I will grant, we did stop at the Dole Plantation because I wanted to do that. Fair enough. Like, it was a great trip. And I think a big part of it was just because Hiei was willing to kind of venture off the beaten path. Is your breakfast containing Hurricane's tears yet? No. Why would I? Bro, the Hurricanes beat us fair and square, and quite well, I might add. I fucking hate them, but I'm not gonna bitch about it. We didn't get screwed over by the refs, we just played poorly. Or rather, the Hurricanes played really well. I don't know why Florida is just waxing them now. Maybe it's the strategy, the style Carolina plays matches well against Washington and poorly against Florida. I don't know what it is, but, you know, Carolina played well against us. What do you want me to say? I'm not mad. Right. Remember, there is no big pressure for the Caps to win a cup. I've seen that once in my life, and I'm happy with them. And Ovi literally broke the record this year. Under every possible metric, this season was a massive success for the Caps. Everybody was, remember, at the beginning of the year, everybody was thinking the Capitals were going to be closer to the #1 draft pick than the playoffs. The Capitals unbelievably outperformed expectations this year. Florida's just really good, and they made a really good trade at the deadline. Freaking Marchand. I do love the fact that even though he's not on Boston anymore, he tortures Leafs fans. And yes, the Leafs are now the biggest meme in professional sports. It's not even close. It's so sad because, like, honestly, I am one of these self-professed sickos Steve Dangle talks about. I 100% watch only 1 or 2 videos of his every single year. It's just because, look, Steve, you're a great guy. You mean really well. But your anger and your rage, well justified though it is about the Leafs, is just about the funniest thing on the planet to a lot of people. We can't explain why. It's just really fucking funny. All right, let's go check on the daycare. I don't even remember who I have in here. Oh, we have Ice Piggy. I forgot about that. 10 and 4. Okay, yes, we do want that back. We might not have the money for it. Yeah, watching Steve lose his mind is just very funny to me. Move Pokemon. Let's see. Martini, you go in here. Burb, you go in here. We'll throw in to there for now. Who else do we want to level up in here? Yeah, we'll level up Seal in the daycare. We'll level up Knitter and Female as well, get Nido Queen ready. Oh yeah, I forgot. What level does Flaffy level up into Ampharos, actually? We'll do that instead. I know plata. There is no money! Oh, hi, Tauros. $30? Okay, yeah, we're gonna need to level in the daycare for a while. Yes, we do want Ice Piggy back. It'll cost $11, that's fine. Oh. Right. Oh, I need to go sell something that I need... Necesito dinero. Ay, papi. Pokemon, I was going about 4. Yes. You don't have enough money. Damn it. Well, let's go sell something at the... We're like $1 short. Alright. Do you remember who it is for... Because at 10 it switches from morning to day. Do you remember who it is for day for Sundays? Let's see. Let's sell the Master Ball. I know! Bing, 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 bing. Should we can start selling ethers? Because we have Lepa berries. There's no value in having ethers. Speaking of really funny things, I saw a meme of Mike Tyson dressed as a rabbit, chloroforming a kid that said, "I'm the ether bunny." It's so bad, but it made me laugh. It was really funny. Because you can picture the way Mike Tyson would talk. He's the ether bunny. That's pretty fucked, but it made me laugh. I thought it was funny. Is it worth for men to try and design their lives to fit what women like? No, not in the slightest. Do what makes you happy, and if a woman shows up in your life, great, but statistically speaking, the more you try, the worse your odds are. I didn't shave my head. I got a buzz cut. See? There's still hair there, it's just short. This is my normal haircut. Was there anything in here I wanted to sell? Quick Claw, Smoke Ball, Super Repel, Soft Sand, Escape Rope. Actually, we could sell the escape ropes. Before you question why I would do this, I have a Steelix that knows Dig. What would the point of an escape rope be? I couldn't get a buzz cut. Oh, I have a star piece. Yeah, so my modeling director doesn't like this, but I don't care. I said this earlier, between the hairdressers at the shows, between the hairdressers at the shows, the makeup artists at the shows, and the two girls I was talking to yesterday, everybody reinforced the belief I've had for a long time that I look better with a buzz cut. And then what's more, I mean, I like efficiency. Efficiency is the truest form of beauty, and a buzz cut is an unbelievably efficient haircut. It's incredibly profitable to have one. Strive for excellence, pursue happiness, and if a woman comes to happen in my life, great. Ian B, I'm so proud of you. You've learned. And I know I'm not the only person who has taught you that. By I would like to think some of the lessons you've learned here have gone into that philosophy. Probably be fired if you got a buzz cut. No, you wouldn't. I was thinking about bringing the mohawk back, but I decided against it. Because I can cut my own buzz cut hair, which is really nice. I can't do that with a mohawk. I've tried. It just doesn't work well. So, Flaffy, store. Picnic Regina and Fisherman Tully. Perfect. Hand and hair modeling agency. They keep telling. Well, okay, fair enough. If you do that, then yeah, probably not. But all right, let's go. Bill's PC. Move Pokemon. Once we get some rare candies, we'll come back up to level up Maglev and Ice Piggy. Because all it's going to take is a rare candy, and we'll get that done. I don't really feel like doing that now, though. We have an Adamant Pigeon. That's actually, Adamant's a really good nature, isn't it? So if we really wanted to, we could level this thing up to 55 or whatever the fuck level it requires and get a Pidgey out. Which is actually a really good Pokemon, but I fucking hate the Pidgey line. Just shave your eyebrows next. Tempting. Tempting. I would grab Hentai or Tentacruel, but we're gonna need Waterfall. I miss Pop-Tarts. I just honestly don't care enough to try and actively find a girlfriend right now. Bro, you're still, right, you're 23 years old. Or maybe even 22. You're still at the point now where your value is pretty low. Keep climbing. Now, don't blow off girls, right? If there's a girl that you like and it makes sense to ask, go for it. But focus on yourself through the good chunk of your 20s, and just your life just becomes amazing in your 30s. My life kicks so much ass. Boosts attach, so fly or brave boot. Well, the good news is I've already taught the Pidgeotto fly, so job done there. Oh right, we gotta go face the Kimono Girls. Actually, I hear if the Kimono Girls are really strong, I should probably go fight on Route 26 first. I'm gonna go do that. Whatever a Kimono Girl wants from you. We'll find out later. Highball. Where do you think you're going? I'm going east, bitch! Are you kidding me? Oh, game, really? You're not gonna let me go? I guess I gotta face the Kimono Girls then. Well, that solves that question. I guess we are gonna bring out Tentacruel and Machamp for this fight. Fashion modeling and bodybuilding modeling are super different. Yeah, but you can do one. You can do both. I'm not doing both because I don't really feel like bodybuilding is getting into competition shape for bodybuilding is terrible for your health. Again, I respect bodybuilding a ton as a sport, but dehydrating yourself to that level is so hard on your kidneys. You don't want to do it unless you absolutely have to. All right, we're gonna move you, no, and then you go there. Sick. She won't let you go there until you fight the Kimono Girls. Yeah, I guess we're fighting the Kimono Girls. I know. All right, so it's going to be a Vaporeon, an Espeon, an Umbreon, a Jolteon, and a Flareon. There may be other Pokemon, but I know those 5 will have to be there. If they're not, then, well, that'll be a surprise we're certainly in for. What items have we given our Pokemon? We want the Macho Brace. Yeah, we want the Amulet Coin. I like getting paid. Iron Ball. I love the fact that an Iron Ball is in the game now means I can use Dig and Earthquake against so many more Pokemon, and it just breaks it. Like, I'm gonna demolish. Oh, that's gonna be fun. Okay. What other items do we have? Should be Twisted Spoon. Oh yeah, Chesto Berry, because we can do rest. Because Tauros is trolly as fuck. Never Melt. Yeah, we're definitely keeping the Never Melt Ice. And Bright Powder. Ooh, Bright Powder is good because it makes the opponent sometimes miss. Where bodybuilding competition is even legal, because it's a free country. You can hurt yourself. It's legal to smoke tobacco. You shouldn't do it, but you still can. Don't be... Thud. How is this possible? How can I lose to mere kimono girls? Oh, it's this guy. Ha! You were watching me, Bull. That's right. I never thought defeating 5 kimono girls would be so hard. You got beaten to a pulp. Must have come here for the same reason, right? Don't get cocky just because you defeated Team Rocket. They're insanely strong. Go ahead and see if you can defeat them. But I'm not going back. I don't want to see you win. Damn. Oh, the ego. The ego is getting crushed. I'm really glad they... Okay. Kudos to Nintendo adding that for Gen 4, or the Pokemon team. That's added addition to the lore. I already love question mark as the rival in this game. Beautiful. Get a little bit more yogurt. Brought Lab Boys. Greek yogurt, frozen mango, and Li Hing powder. Game Freak, that's it. I don't want people to harm themselves either. I don't, but the way to do that is not having the nanny state tell them what they can and cannot do. Violet City. Lugia, right bond with Pokemon. Mr. Egg never showed up to true potential. Professor Elm, then to you. Being pure alone is the power of this Pokemon. Let's test you. Are you ready? Okay. Let's see it then. Oh, I like the Japanese style doors opening and closing. That's cool. Okay. That's a really good touch. Okay. This one's an easy win. Unless Umbreon knows something psychic type. In which case, we just walked right into a booby trap. Hell yeah, bro. Shanma. Lab Boy's out here with the McNuke. Status healers, Person Berry. We're not dealing with confusion. Fuck that. Dark Pulse. That's not gonna do much. I can't wait till this thing learns Cross Chop. Ah, fucking hell, another Confuse Ray. Well, it's not like this thing was gonna... Muscle was gonna be faster anyway. Machamp is slow as fuck. Kaboom. Sup, John? Good to see ya. Alright, actually, Lab Boys, need your advice on this. Spirit Pokemon, what is it? Is it Machoke or is it Tauros? I don't think I'm Machamp yet. If it's Machoke, I don't feel like I've leveled up to that. I need to learn more martial arts if I want to be Machamp. Umbreon missed. Muscles confused. Damn. That was probably going to happen. Probably aren't getting hit twice. Maybe we are. Neither it's... God damn it. Fair. Ah, come on! Nice. Good to see you, John. So home from squats and bench. Stomach's issue got delayed. Wasn't able to do a lot of what I did today, sadly, but got something done. Bro, Lab Boys, ask Low-Key Vandalized here in chat what his numbers are. They're freaking crazy. Is the muck backwards or muck forwards, though? That's not even the dirtiest Gen 1 Pokemon meme. If you know, you know. And I'm gonna laugh really hard if this is Vaporeon right here. I likes Forest, Naoko, not so good at directions. Team Rocket, Slowpoke well. Blastoise more than Machoke and Machamp. Sad noises. Bro, I got abs. Blastoise is kind of tubby. Ow. Sad noises. But you know what? I'm curious. Let's see how Psychic goes against this Steelix. I was going to use Cislero for this, but I'm kind of curious to see what happens here. Alright, that wasn't bad. Blastoise is back. But, bro, I feel like my lats are they're like my weakest part. Bodyboarding in the ocean and shit. Yes, ENV. Yes. Do I smoke? Do I look like I smoke? My teeth aren't that bad. Jesus Christ. Fuck you, I'm getting out of here. I'm causing property damage. No, vaping is terrible. I mean, okay, vaping is good relative to smoking. I mean, if you're trying to quit smoking, yeah, start vaping, sure. But like, 1 HP. It's probably gonna use a healer here, isn't it? No? Okay. Come on, Steelix, knock him out. Yeah. All right, these are doing some damage. Got more of a Diglett vibe. Okay. Okay. Quite the trainer, chasing off that Team Rocket grunt from right here. Let's thank you for that. I'm actually a trainer myself. She who knows the most speaks the least. Based. Speak softly and carry a big stick. Mickey the Kimono Girl. Challenge you and your Pokemon. There's not even a Doug trio yet. Okay, clearly asking Lab Boys is... I don't know why I was expecting a serious answer from you. I knew that was... That's on me. I should have known better. Alright. Let's try... Let's see how well this does. Ooh, all right, Tatsu. Yeah. That's gonna cause a burn. That's not gonna be enough to knock him out. Snorlax. Bro, sad noises. What's beneath the ground for Diglett? No, I've never seen the pictures of what's beneath the ground for Diglett. I thought it was, actually no, I have seen one, but it's kind of dirty. I thought it was two round balls, because Diglett kind of looks like a penis. Are you drinking sour cream? Yes, I'm drinking sour cream. I'm drinking something that's 100% pure fat. Good Pokemon too. All right, 3 out of 5. Dratini is evolving. Nope. Your standard Dratini. We need to conserve as much EXP as we can. Fighting Spirit, pushing me off the back. Skates and Sandals. Sayo the Kimono Girl. Listening to the Dragons in you pass the test of the Elder. Pokemon. Nice. MMA Guru Snorlax. He is 465 pounds, but his 475-pound frame has gone up against the challenge of being 485 pounds before. Okay, I know Steelix is hurt, but we're going to throw him back out there because Electric's going to do nothing against him. It doesn't affect Rocky. Nope, try again. So we're gonna sit here. HP, PP, restore. Alright, it's milk time for Steelix. Demonization of fat and popularity of fat-free foods is bad. Fat has its pros and it has its cons. If you eat super... like, a lot of people sit here and want to pretend that, like, olive oil is healthy, for instance, which is dumb. Don't do that. Ooh, it's using double team. This might be a long fight. Fuck. Yeah, this is gonna be a long fight. Carbs are the enemy, not fat. No, they're not. Carbs aren't the enemy, and fat's not the enemy. You have to count your calories. If you want to lose weight, that's the only way to do it. Okay, we may have to sub muscle in and just use Vital Throw. This could take a long time. Yeah. It's just gonna keep using double team. Alright, this is gonna be a long fight. But eventually, it's just gonna keep spamming double teams. It has no other options. Yeah, this is gonna be a problem. Well, we're gonna be doing lots of property damage now. Or not. Bye-bye. Dig is such a fun move. God, I love Dig. I'm going to be sad when I have to replace it with Earthquake. I will, but I just don't want to do it yet. Dig is just so much fun. I love the animation, and I love the idea that no matter where I go with this giant 30-foot metal snake, it's going to cause property damage. Bro, 166 defense. Bro. Yes! Finally, Iron Tail, let's go! Yeah, we're forgetting to move. Bro, 100 power, let's go. Yeah, we're gonna get rid of Rock Throw. Rock Throw is fun, but Iron Tail is gonna do a massive amount of damage. Rumor has it, Ariel Hawani loves Dig. Well, I mean, especially in softer ground, his naturally large frame depresses the ground and allows him to sink right in. His 495-pound frame. Remember Dig had 100 power in Gen 1. So, confession, I've never played Gen 1. You're so dependable, the Goldenrod Tunnel, and the one who twirls even underground. Kuni, the Kimono Girl. Toward Team Rocket's mission to take over the radio tower. You must show your strength to me now. Challenge you your Pokemon. This should be Vaporeon then, yeah? This should be the dirty meme Pokemon. I'm not going to explain the Vaporeon meme. If you don't know it, go look it up. Let's try to use a Thunder Wave. Oh shit, it knows an Ice-type move. Well, Dratini's fucked. Yeah, that's gonna knock him out. Okay, this just got a lot more interesting. Dumond, we're gonna see how this goes. Cal AI, the best calorie counting app. You know what my calorie counting app is? Actually, it's really amazing. Watch, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna use my app right now. Yogurt, fruit, 600 calories, 72 grams of protein. Wow. High school fitness nerd. No, that's actually really cool. I'm just taking the piss. I'm gonna be sad when I get rid of Magical Leaf too. It's not strong enough, but it's really, really nice for it's really, really nice for accuracy because it never misses. Honestly, I think Magical Leaf and Aurora Beam are about the same power, so I guess Dumond's speed is winning out here. I like being able to scan. Yeah, that's fair. Got him. Oh, that's good XP for Dumond. You're wonderful. All right, that was pretty good. Ooh, God, 9120. Let's go. We go get some more vitamins. You're not wrong about you. Worthy of this. Please take it. The Tidal Bell. Big Sisters. I just saw the big shout of Pokemon in the Whirl Islands waters. It could be... Well, we'll be at the Whirl Islands. See you there. I'm gonna start journalism. Oh. Something from Mom. Hello. How are you? Found a useful item while shopping. Okay. We'll go do that. Good job. Come on, Dumond. Let's go get you healed up. That was a tough fight. I know, you know, one thing I really like is that eventually, if you go to Dragon's Den, you can find question mark there when he's kind of, not to spoil it, but he's changed. I love that. There's a reason I clean out every container like that with water as well. It gives the insects less shit to eat. Because they will. This being Hawaii, it's kind of like that. Tatsu's feeling better. Talk Tatsu with you. Nice. Also, waste nothing. It's just good principle in general. Glad you're feeling better, buddy. Good for you. I don't know. Lab Boys, is Ariel Helwani, we're talking about Dig. Is he in New York? Because I've heard what, yeah. Is he from New York? That's the real question. Shuckaberries. I want to go there after we beat him in Mount Moon. There's another fight with him there on Heart Gold Souls. Badass, all right. See, I heard there was a group fight you did with him on your side, which I'm excited for, because that'd be fun. Oh my god, he is in New York. Okay, that may be, okay, so that's why you made the joke. Got it. Okay. I'm getting it now. Ground type. No. Ghost. There's one we're still missing. Psychic, Flying Bug, Dark, Steel, Normal, Water, Grass, Electric, Poison, Ground. Yeah, there's one of these types of berries we're missing. I forget. It's one I wanted, but I don't have it. I think it's Fighting that I wanted to give Tauros, but we also can just feed it Chesto berries. But starting journalism because one of just might write more about nuclear and government inefficiencies. Well, I'm very flattered by that, but unfortunately, I guess there's a double-edged coin here. Conventional journalism jobs are dying. Conventional media is dying. But if you want to start podcasts and do your own research and make your own independent productions, it's never been easier. So pros and cons. You're not going to get a full-time, good-paying salary job as a journalist anymore. Mainstream media is trash. Oh, another package. Culver Bear, okay. Oh, another one. Yache berries. I don't think we have those. Maybe that's the one we're missing. I don't think we had Yache berries. Babiri berry. Ice type. Okay, that's exactly what we were looking for. I'm gonna load Tatsu up with those. That's what it was. That's what it was. Journalism is great. I don't think PBS is very. I used to like NPR, but NPR's been getting an increasingly left-wing bias. New York Times sucks, both in terms of it being too corporate and also being too left-wing. It's a little bit of both. Reuters isn't bad. I like The Economist in general. If I'm going to pick a mainstream publication, I think The Economist does a decent job. They're not perfect, but in general, I think they do a pretty decent job of, especially covering American politics because they're not an American company. I wouldn't say that. I think there are other publications out there that are good. You just have to look for them. There are also some other really good ones that are statistically based. Check out Wolf Street. If you like business news, I'm a big fan of the Wolf Street blogger because he pulls data. It's all Fred data. It's really pretty interesting, but he's very good at synthesizing it in a way that's very interesting. Plus, he calls the average American consumer our drunken sailors, which I just have speak in my heart just with that kind of language because he's right. The average American savings rate is 5%. Yes, we spend like drunken sailors. All right, let's go in here. Oh, actually, that reminds me. Can we go and fight on Route 26 now? Because I think that's what we should do. Yeah, go check out Wolf Street. I think Ian B, I think you'd appreciate the way he does things. But he'll use things like median housing data, things. It's just really good in general. Okay. Wall Street Journal and CNBC. I'm not a fan of the Wall Street Journal. I used to like CNBC, but for the most part, I'm not a big fan of either of those. They focus too much on the daily ups and downs of the stock market, which is dumb. Like I saw, it's just such a clickbaity headline. Like Dow dropped 1,000 points today. That's like a fraction of a percent these days. This is not that much. Let's see. We need calcium. Jim Creamer is a meme. Rip Ree. Oh my god, yeah. Well, I always said Ree was a high-risk play. Grab an HP up. You win some, you lose some. What was I gonna load up? Who was I gonna? I was gonna give Hentai a calcium. How else are you gonna learn how to get rich? I know I know you're taking the piss with that, but you already know damn well, and you're already well on the way. You're what? You said you were 91st percentile for your income or for your age bracket. It's fucking fantastic, bro. So we're gonna actually hang on. I actually wrote it down. What were we gonna use as the move sets here? Fly, Thunder Punch, Roost. Oh yeah, I was gonna teach Tatsu Roost. Turn it into a hybrid of just tanky and trolly. So we're gonna have to use protein with Tatsu. We use calcium with we'll use calcium with Hentai. I think we use HP up for Steelix. Why does everyone want to be rich? I don't want to be rich. The goal is to become wealthy. Yeah. See, that's the thing. I wouldn't call myself rich. I'm doing well, but I'm not rich. I'm not making shit tons of money per year. I'd say, again, I'm doing very well for my age, but nothing crazy. Let's see here. HP up. Oh, we do have a rare candy. Nice. All right, well, we'll go use that. HP up, go there. Calcium, go there. And then we'll grab protein. Goal is to be shredded sick cunt. Yeah. Oh, we don't have enough money. That's fine. We have something we can sell. Sell hyper potion. That requires wealth. If we're gonna have lumberries, we're not gonna need these. Time at work does not equal time at the gym. Facts. Trying to buy commercial property in my township and start a new type of business. That's not a bad option, as long as you can do a good ROI calculation to prove that that's a good use of your money. Being wealthy doesn't require wealth. I mean, I don't... Depends on how you use your wealth. That's how I'll say it. Inverse Kramer is not a bad investment strategy. You could do a lot worse than Inverse Kramer. It won't have any effect. It won't have... We've already maxed out its attack stat? Holy shit. Okay. Fuck it, Muscle, you want some protein? Yeah. Yeah, so let's see. I've got the lists done. Muscle will learn cross chop at 40. And then one of them we're gonna teach one of our Pokemon rock climb. I don't know which yet, because it's a good HP. Vitamins only taken to 100, max is 252. I see. See, I wish there was a way, yeah, because like we hit that with Steelix's special defense. We cannot boost Steelix's special defense any higher. Membership-based housing zone time hour. There's Podshare by Elvira back, but it's only across LA. Yeah, I've never heard it. I've never heard of anything like that. It's certainly not a thing out here in Hawaii. Okay, so let's go explore Route 26. That's what I think I'm gonna do next. Move Pokemon. So, unfortunately, that means Hentai has to go back in the box, which I know makes you sad, ENB. Unfortunately, it's just the reality, because do you really want to teach... I don't want to waste Whirlpool and Waterfall on a Tentacruel, because Tentacruel does not have a particularly high strong attack, and Whirlpool just kind of sucks in general, so I'd rather have Gyarados do those things. Alright, so we're going to go north. And then we're just gonna cycle to New Barktown because I don't feel like flying. Oh, it's past 10 o'clock. Which did you say? It was Fisherman Tully, and who else was it? Past 10. You know what? Since we're near, we'll do that. This is Tully. Afternoon. Should get a battle going. Route 42. All right, let's go there first. Last Chris. All right, we'll go fight Tully. You seem interested. Even as a consumer, they're loving it. I mean, I'm open to the idea. It's just, it's not something that has come out here yet. Is it like a, in terms of investment profile, is it kind of like a REIT? Oh, damn it, Erwin. Man, that's one thing I don't like about this game. If you do anything or click on anything else, the phone calls go away. Picnic or Gina. All right, bet. Shit, we should have hit that before. Yeah, we're already on the move up here. We'll just fly back to Goldenrod. It's also a good idea to bike because we've got Pokemon in the daycare we're trying to level up anyway. Headed to gym. All right, Shoots. Thanks for popping in. I hate the phone calls. I like them because they're kind of cool. You know, they like checking in on you. Erwin, in particular, will say, he'll be like, oh, you went and, you know, beat the Kimono girls or whatever. Like, I feel like that's just, I think it's a nice touch. I like it. Airbnb met Planet Fitness. Ooh, I don't like Planet Fitness. No lease, no landlord, live at our any locations across your city and free amenities. I guess that's kind of cool. See what anybody is up to on Insta. I know people wanted to do shit with me today, but no, they're all still asleep. Of course they are. They went partying last night. I didn't know that fishing would be so boring. Yeah, fishing does tend to be pretty chill. Let's go. Dragon Pulse. Ooh, nice. Ooh, Revenge, okay. That's gonna do some damage. Brian. That's not gonna do much. Fuck! Really? No, I'm not a fan of partying for the most part. Let's put a Slaro out there. 20 a night, 50 a week, 600 a month. Dude, that's a great price. You're gonna get a ton of customers for that quality. Be aware that there are gonna be some shitty ones too. I figured Brian wasn't gonna do much because it's water type. I also figured Dratini was gonna get the... fucking hell, Poison Point. It's fine. I also figured they were the same speed, so... Damn. Not good for Dratini there. That's part of fishing. Alright. There we go. Okay. Yeah, Dratini is... Again, Dratini sucks. Like, it's a pain in the ass to train this Pokemon. However, Dragonite is incredibly good. It's like pulling teeth, you know? It's the grind. It really is a grind with Dratini. Let's just use Crobat. Actually, I haven't seen Skarmory out in person. Teach Skarmory fly. Robo Chicky. Yeah. switch off. There we go. Ah, okay. Aw. The little animations are cute. Okay. Let's teach Robo Chicken Fly, because I want to see what that looks like. I want to see how it looks. Also, Fly is just generally a really good move. Fly, use. Yes. Fury Cutter, or Fury Attack kind of sucks. Yeah, I think at that price, you're going to attract a lot of people. You're just going to have to make sure that unsavory characters don't get into your apartment, because then you'll get the really negative reputation of being a cut rate hostile, basically. Robo Chicken is wandering around. Alright, that's pretty cool. Skarmory is a really neat Pokemon. It's just, I already have a Steelix, so it doesn't really work for the style we've set up. Alright. Once Tatsu levels up to 40, then we can evolve it to Dragonair. It's going to be a lot easier. Oh, I forgot. We need to be in Goldenrod, then we need to call Gina, and then we can battle her. Wait, is she on this route or is she on 31? 34. Yeah, that's what I thought. I think she's over here. Never had a practice partner before. Nice. Membership turns out a right to terminate a member at any time, just like a gym. That's the way you got to do it. Because if you got someone who's going in there, you know, doing illegal drugs, or has got like bed bugs or lice or some shit, that's a real downer. You don't want that. Oh, fucking sleep powder. God damn it. It's gonna be one of these fights. Bag. Status healers. Chesto Berry. Bullet Seed does nothing. Critical hit that does 3 damage. Yeah. Leech Seed is a good move, by the way. I will say, if I could teach Leech Seed to Meganium, I would have done that. I think you can with breeding, but I'm not going to that trouble. Fuck no. Ooh, Double Edge. That's a strong move. Woof. Sore. Alright, let's try and knock it out with extreme speed here. Take advantage of the speed difference. You don't like breeding? Smart ass. Not interested in renting out. Too many loss protecting tents and screwing me over. Facts. You gotta be very, 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 very cautious with your tenants. Another Hoppip. We'll keep battling, but I'm gonna swap Tatsu for Giga Drain's probably the best you get for, yeah. Well, I'm debating between Giga Drain and there's another strong grass type move. It's like an offset of Thrash. I think it's Petal Dance or something. I'll use this Laro here. Because it's got a Chesto Berry already holding. Meganium's just gonna kind of be our tank, honestly. Damn it, that's paralyzed. Whatever. Bullet Seed's not gonna do much. Hoppip is already a pretty weak Pokemon. Jumpluff isn't bad, but Hoppip kind of sucks. I'm not a fan of Sunny Day and Solar Beam because that Sunny Day move does take a turn just to get set up, and then the opponent usually knows what's coming. Too strong to be a practice partner. Thank you. Alright, so we're gonna fly with Robo Chicken to Cherry Grove, swap Pokemon in the PC, and then go east. Co-living, also co-working spaces in our wall. I mean, you do that, all of a sudden you're probably bringing in more revenue. There's a strong argument to be made. I think what I'm going to do today is go for a hike. Sounds really nice. Tomorrow's Memorial Day, so I might go down to Punch Bowl and watch the ceremony there. Alright, we're going to move Gyarados. We're good. Oh, I know I need to level up. I need to evolve a Pokemon right now. Or I need to evolve a Pokemon. I'm going to go ahead and do that. I've got the rare candy. Let's go ahead and bump the Pokedex just a bit. Get rid of our rare candy so we're not tempted to use it. These rare candies don't level up your EVs at all. There we go. Let's move. We'll withdraw. I believe Maglev is ready for leveling up. We'll do that. Magneton's a great Pokemon too, but again, if I've already got a Steelix. Rare candy. Oh, is it in here? Yes, there it is. Use Maglev. Best use the end of game when your EVs are already maxed out. Yeah. I like using them to level up Pokemon I can't be bothered to train. Like, daycare them to the point of evolution, and then use a rare candy to get the evolution done. I do actually really like Magneton as a Pokemon. Steel Electric is a good combination. Actually, out of curiosity, what's Magneton's stats at 31? Everything's still... Oh yeah, you'd want storage lockers. That would be a good one. Laundry as well. Kind of make it a la carte. Spark, lock on. What's Magnet Bomb? Oh, that's cool. God, Magneton's special attack is very high. Its defense is okay. It's not great. Interesting. So Magneton is a lot more of a... although physical attack with that kind of regular attack's not very good. Interesting. Magneton's kind of a cannon. So if you wanted to teach Maglev like Thunderbolt, or a Magneton Thunderbolt, that would actually be a really good combo. It's kind of the anti-Electrode. Where are we at on our Pokedex anyway? That's not bad. 178 seen, 79 owned. Yeah, I would say use a la carte, especially in a place like New York, where everybody's so transient. A la carte services are probably a really good idea. see what Lyra says now. What? Hi, I already faced the Kimono Girls. Are you serious? I can't go to Route 26 until I go to the Royal Islands and catch Lugia? God damn it. I might just say fuck it and use the Master Ball. I really can't be bothered to do that. Ugh. God. My Pokemon are just not strong enough to face Lugia yet. None of them, like, we have one at level 40. Franchise out to more of Suburbia across the nation. Yeah, it's not a bad business plan. What about Ho-Oh then? I don't want to, I don't like catching legendaries. Although I do think you can, Ho-Oh, there's what, a couple, we'll just use we'll use a repel here. I can't be bothered facing and running from all these fuckers. No, I don't want to give it. Isn't there a bunch of levels on the tower that you can train at? Like wild Pokemon or trainers or something in the tower? Or am I off base with that? Can't remember off the top of my head. I guess we'll go find out. Let's go find out, because there's a bunch of floors before that you go to that. Can't remember if you can even go up there right now. We'll find out. Maybe an Iowa charge 10 a night, 35 a week, 300 a month. That's just a hostel at that point. To me, you're describing a hostel, but 35 bucks a week, you got me interested. 300 a month for minimalist living, that can't be beat. I would love to see whether or not you could turn a profit at prices that low, but I think it's pretty solid. I guess you'd make more money on the fees. You know, you charge for the gym, you charge for the storage, the laundry, whatever. Because that's, I mean, yeah, I get the like capsule hotels, but even then, those prices are very low. Because they're not individual rooms, right? Are these like capsules or are they like dorms, which you're describing? Because it's not a bad business plan. It's a hostel, we have the fanciest hostel in the nation. It just sounds like a hostel. Maybe that's off base. Can't even go up there right now. Well, I guess we can go find out. It'd be individual rooms. My friend is the CFO. I see. So if it's individual, bro, if you're offering me 600 bucks a room and 600 bucks a month for a room in New York, I think you're not going to have any problems getting customers. You could probably charge a little bit more, to be honest. So while we're here. Ooh, we got a shard. Nice. Hello, shard guy. Orin. Okay, that's not a big deal. Chesto. Alright, that's always nice to have. Wiki. Nice. I don't know, ENB, what level were your Pokemon at when you went and caught Lugia? Charge a bit more since this is New York. I think you should charge more than that. Right, you can lower your prices. If you want to make it more about serving people, you can lower your prices later on. You got to make sure the business model is profitable first. Because you've talked about wanting to have 5 million, right? Well. Mine were 40 to 41. Yeah, see, I'm under leveled. Any do any good, we'll let you through. Alright. Let's go find out. A special wall and chuck heavy balls. Bro, I'm not gonna fight Ho-Oh. Ho-Oh's not at the first level. Like, I'm gonna explore, but I'm not going up to the final floor. If I'm not ready to take on Lugia, I'm very much not ready to take on Ho-Oh. What is this? Used to be a Pokemon atop his tower, namely Ho-Oh. Flew away, no one has seen it since. I know I could restore deep trust Pokemon were to come here or something. Link to Ho-Oh. Make him now for such person. Oh. I guess we can't do this. Never mind. These statues are cool, at least. Community's more important. If I don't have 5 mil, it's okay. His profit's only like 20k a year, and I can afford a table. Yeah. Well, then in that case, by all means, 600 a month. You're going to have an endless stream of customers at that price. If you can somehow make the economics of that work, good, you know, more power to you. I don't know how many people. All right, so if you're going to do this, to own a property like this is going to be several $1,000s a month. So at $600 a month, you're going to need to be charging people. You know, you're going to need a lot of people for that. All right. I guess we have no other option than to face Lugia. Not happy about that because we are nowhere near ready, but seems to me like there's really the game is strongly encouraging me to go do that. Yeah, if my Pokemon, mine are Steelix is 41, so my Steelix is at the right level, but Steelix is not going to be helpful for a Pokemon that knows Hydro Pump. Maybe we need to level up. Interesting, so Fake Out is faster than Extreme Speed. I guess we will have to evolve Dragonair, or evolve Dratini, because we're going to need a Dragonair for this. While we're here, actually, we're running a bit low on Moo Moo Milk, so let's grab a case of that. I love how milk in this game just doesn't spoil. I enjoy there, Pokemon Trophy. Oh, I don't have enough for a dozen. That's good enough. I like Miltank. It's a cute Pokemon. It's also surprisingly good. Yeah, I was thinking about teaching... Wait a minute. Is Lugia male? I could teach Muscle Attract and just have Muscle Infatuated. Friends from Wall Street used to use 5 VC money. Bro, more power to you. I'd love to see how the math works. I'd love to see what you could expect on property costs and what you would get. Oh, it's Generalist. Okay, so Attract would not do anything. Fuck, we're gonna need a Pokemon that knows Flash, too. God, I do not feel like doing this today. You know what? We're gonna go screw around to the Safari Zone, and then we're gonna do this later. I just do not want to. I do not want to go face Lugia right now. I straight up just don't want to do that. We'll go fuck around, face some Tentacruels in the water, and then we'll go to the Safari Zone, catch some Pokemon there. I don't want to face Lugia today. My Pokemon are just not ready for that. Pay cut, all money goes back in return to their initial investments. So you can catch a Murkrow there. That could be useful. So you can teach Murkrow Flash too. Might not be a bad idea. Get every drop of XP we can get for Tatsu here. Yikes. It's immune to psychic moves? No. It's not immune, is it? It's dark, right? So it's... Psychic moves are weak against it, but it's not immune, right? Am I missing something there? Maybe I am. CNBC interviewing. Well, it's all right now. I'll see. Remind me in 6 months, okay? Let me see where you're at in 6 months, Neem. Put it together. Don't be all hat and no cattle. Don't be all talk and no action. The Cubs are just bashing the Reds today. Yikes. Bro, we're getting max ethers. I'm liking this. We're out here. We found the ether bunny. Needed for ether bunny. Oh wait, there's a waterfall over here. We can go explore shit. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, we got a Cubs and a Reds fan in this chat. This should be entertaining. Oh, it's a Krabby. Krabby. Won't be anything that soon yet. Well, what's your time frame? I mean, if you're sourcing, how much time do you think it's going to take you to source capital? How much capital do you think you're going to need? Have you answered these questions? This is actually a really interesting idea, but ENB's a Cubs fan, yeah? Oh, heart scale. That will be useful later. Save that. Change of use in my town. Ah. Okay, great, but again, like... Yeah, government regulations will make it difficult. Oh, wow, a shuckle. We have one, so it's not necessary, but... I don't really... I need to start looking at baseball now. Berry juice. Bro, I just fucking used rest. I forgot shuckle is, yeah, just all defense. We already have a shuckle. I guess if I wanted to use a shuckle as a way to just sort of absorb... No, because Hydro Pump would knock it right out. That wouldn't work. Yeah, we need the XP more than anything else. Let's go explore that waterfall. So we're just trying to get the... Right. How much is the cost of the property? Yeah, let's go explore this waterfall. Next one wins the Indy 500 by a neck. Wow, good for him. Congratulations. They built like crazy over there. Makes sense. Yes. Nice. Wait, really? It's just this little tiny chunk of grass? That's all we get to use? Okay, at least we get a Staryu. That's kind of neat. Already got one, but it's easy XP. 10,000 square feet. And 1.5K per... Is it a warehouse? 10,000 square foot for 1,500 a month. Where is that? Pokemon are pretty powerful there. Let's find out. level 35 Farfetch'd. Well, Farfetch'd isn't particularly strong, but then nor is Dratini. Okay, that did a fair amount of damage. We're gonna swap. We'll let Muscle handle that. Night Slash is probably a dark move. Agility's gonna do nothing. Night Slash won't do much. Yeah, I knew it was dark. Anything that's like night something is gonna be a dark or a ghost move. Let's give Tatsu a citrus berry. What other ones were we gonna teach it? You know, there's one thing I regret doing, and it was teaching Payback to, I think, Islero. I should have given Payback to Steelix. Because eventually we're going to teach it Crunch, but oh well. Give it an Oranberry as well. What's the objective? Oh, right now, I'm just exploring. Can we get by these rocks? No. Is that really... I mean, a level 35 Farfetch is okay, but... Is that really all that's here? So where is this located? That's what I'm trying to understand. I don't... Where are you finding a place that's 10,000 square feet for $1,500 a month? Ooh, crit. Okay, so do we want to level up Tatsu to 30 to evolve to a Dragonair? Because it'll make it easier to train with it. I think we do. I'm tired of Dratini. This sucks. Suburban Jersey right outside New York City. Well, that's not bad then. Dragon Rush. Ooh, okay. What is Dragon Rush? Forget a move. Physical. Tackles the foe. Overwhelming menace. It may make the target flinch. Dragon Pulse. Shockwave. So Dragon Rush is probably the stronger move here, but it's less accurate. Thunder Wave has not proven very useful so far. I think I'm going to get rid of Thunder Wave. What do y'all think? 75 accuracy? Yeah. It's not great. I was thinking about... See, Dragon Pulse is... Alright, we'll use it against Thunder Wave. Yeah. Wow, Thunder Wave's 100 accuracy in this game. That's really good. Do we want to do this? What do y'all think? Do I want to replace Dragon Pulse or Thunder Wave? Dragon Rush makes it a lot stronger, but it's going to miss. I think I'd get rid of Thunder Wave. Because, like, even with Lugia, probably going to want something that can put it to sleep instead. Instead of paralyzing it. Yeah. Goodbye, Thunder. I think we're going to go ahead and evolve Tatsu here. We need a stronger Pokemon for this upcoming fight with Lugia. Nice. I used Thunderwave on Lugia because it one hit. Well, it's too late now. Loves to eat. Well, all of his stats are a lot stronger now, at least. Still pretty balanced as far as Pokemon is concerned. Give Dragonair fresh water. I don't think Extra Sensory is going to knock out any of my Pokemon like that. Feeling great about walking with you. Dragonair is such a pretty Pokemon. Like, look at that. Just elegant. See how much more damage it does. Well, a Ditto. Let's see what Dragon Rush looks like. Ooh, Dragon on Dragon. This should work. Should knock it out. It did. Alright, 700 EX. That's not bad. See, the trouble is, you saw how little that got us. This is why Dragonair kind of sucks. It is stronger than Dratini, but oh my god, it is a lot of EXP points from here to 55. I could consider daycaring Dragonair, but that feels wrong, doesn't it? See what other Pokemon we can get up here. Okay, if it's just gonna be Ditto, then we're not. Level 40 Ditto, that's crazy. Finished off with Extreme Speed. That should knock it out. Nice. Well done, Tatsu. Okay. For what it's worth, it is a lot stronger now. Tatsu is able to hold its own in battle a lot easier. I don't know. Use Dragon Rush. Alright. It's 2 successful hits there. So it looks like it's just Ditto and Farfetch'd up here. I mean, if I was interested in breeding, I'd be trying to catch one of these, but I'm really kind of not, so... Are there any other Pokemon worth catching up here? No, it's just these two. Swords Dance is pretty good. That's a good move. That should do a little damage after Swords Dance. Yeah. Just knock it out. I guess that's the only thing that's up here, so this is the Ditto zone, apparently. Kind of disappointing. If you're gonna require something to be accessible by waterfall, why only give the player one tiny chunk of grass? It just seems silly to me. I guess that's all we can explore here. That's a touch disappointing. Level 19 Staryu. Ooh. Actually, we could try fishing. Let's see what kind of fish we get here. It's using Recover. That's not going to help it much. Yeah. I guess our conundrum is, yeah, I think I might try daycaring Tatsu. Question is, I got to make sure to take it out before it hits a certain number of levels, because I don't want it to learn moves that because it'll learn new moves if you do that, which is not something you really want to have. Try using a fishing rod here and see what happens. Old rod, good rod. We don't have the super rod yet. We use a good rod. All right, what do we have? Seriously? I can't even be bothered. Not worth it. No. Like, that's literally just a waste of PP. Because Magikarp, even at level 20, Magikarp gives like 100 XP. It's just not worth it. You know, you mentioned Dragon Rush being more accurate for Lance. Maybe he had a Pokemon equipped with items. Maybe like it was something to boost accuracy. Just a thought. Hentai is amazing though. Yeah, but I don't want to teach. I don't want to teach Tentacruel Waterfall. That's a waste of a move for Tentacruel. Because Tentacruel kind of has a low attack. Waterfall, I mean, that's using up a move. When you could teach it Sludge Bomb or Ice Beam or a bunch of other much more fun moves. Bulba Garden, he didn't. Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay. These are... Level 12 is where we're getting into the question of, is this a useful amount of EXP? Is there anything else over here? Is there another waterfall? I feel like there's maybe another waterfall. Yes, there is. Trainer rematches. Well, I'm thinking the most efficient way maybe daycare, train our other Pokemon up, and then do trainer rematches. What do you think? Or could put one of my other Pokemon in the daycare. Right now I've just been using daycare to boost my Pokedex, but we may be at the point of looking to explore other options. Oh, so there you go, I just missed. I'm excited. I'm ready for this hike today. That's gonna be fun. Okay, so there's 2 rocks here. What do we have over this way? An item. A white flute. Double EXP, what equivalent wild Pokemon? That's a good point. But see, the nice thing is with daycare, all it takes is steps, and that's easy. Just go biking around from trainer battle to trainer battle. You can rocket the XP that way. So what is that? What does a white flute do? Melody makes wild Pokemon more likely to appear. I guess that makes sense. It's the opposite of a black flute. Is there really nothing else over here? Game, are you really telling me you created this entire waterfall section just for a white flute? Why, Pokemon? Why? And then you've blocked it off. I can see you've blocked it off with fucking rocks here, so you can't go any further. What was the point of this? And then why put only level 20 Pokemon here? If you're gonna make it require a waterfall to get up, what's the point of that? Hey, Will, good to see you. Oh, exclamation mark Instagram. It's not working. I wonder why. Is it Insta? Huh. There it is. Okay, so it's exclamation mark Insta, not exclamation mark 8. Should probably change that. So I probably need to add that as a command. Make exclamation mark Instagram a command as well. My bad. I need to do that. I'm gonna write that down. Add Instagram command. Cool. All right. That'll be easy. That'll take me 30 seconds of stream elements. I don't mind doing that. Like, okay, so you've put 2 waterfalls in the game here, Game Freak, and then and then that's all that you put up there? Why? What for? Is horn still a thing? I don't remember. Write things down. I'm old school. Especially because a lot of the time I don't have my phone on me at work because nuclear work, sometimes you can't bring your phone with you. So writing things down on pencil and paper is really nice. I got in that habit at my old job in South Carolina, where I literally could not bring my phone even to my work desk. So, alright. I'm kind of ready to move on. Oh, we got a bunch of Instagram posts. Let's see here. Nope, just thirsty people. And my bro. Nuclear seems tighter than some 3-letter agencies. Yeah, when you deal with radioactive materials, it's kind of like that. Is there another waterfall over here? No, it's just an empty... Why put that in the game, Nintendo? This is all Gen 4, right? Like, yeah, why would you bother with 2 waterfalls and then put nothing up there? It's such a waste. Ooh, I know what I can go do. Actually, that's probably a worthwhile thing to do. We can go to... Ooh, Kingler. Actually might catch this. This is one less Pokemon I have to evolve. Let's see if Dragon Pulse knocks it out. Nope, knocked him out. Alright, well, it's at least easy XP. 647, that's pretty good too. FBI field agent, have higher clearances than him. Yeah, like... I know what we'll do. We're gonna go up to Mount Mortar and get Tyragoo. I meant to do that a while back anyway, so why not? This is as good a time ever to do that. You ever thought about working for the FBI? Great asset with your level of security clearance. I could, but why? I get to live in paradise here. What would make me want to work for the FBI? What could the FBI offer me that I currently don't have in my life? Why would I want to do that? They're going to offer me a GS, because the FBI is going to be a GS scale job, which I'm already employed in. What's the upside? Cool missions and go undercover. No, but with my nuclear job, I only have to work 40 hours a week, and I am left alone on my weekends, which I like. Longers lost the universe. Oh, yeah, that meme. It's kind of a dead meme considering they made the playoffs last year, so... Nah. No, FBI would be, I mean, it's cool. The FBI is cool, don't get me wrong, but like, I'm not sure I would want to do that. All right. We'll go with these guys. We'll go get Tyragoo from Mount Mortar, and then we're gonna call it a day. So I meant to do that, and then I just kind of forgot. Robo Chicky away. Could be like Charles Tillman. I mean, like that, going on cool missions and such, it does sound fun, but I know it's a lot of paperwork. Any job with the government is mostly paperwork. Like, I could go be an agent in the field, but it's like, I don't really need the money, and I like my free time. There's not, and I'm close to retirement at this point anyway. What's the upside? All right. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is... I think I'm going to daycare one of my starting 6 to bump them a little bit. Probably not Steelix, probably not Machamp because they're boosted. Might daycare Tatsu. Depends on what level next moves are learned. Might daycare Meganium. Might daycare Islero. And then see what we get from that. Since you need to improve your squat form, cue your elbows as you go down to the squat, cueing your lats and elbows together can help. That's useful information. Yeah, my knees were starting to bend in a little bit on some of the reps. I thought my depth was pretty good. I was hitting parallel or even below parallel on some of them. There were pause squats. But I think I could have used a little bit more time to pause, and I noticed a little bit of valgus with my knees. Fall in the family church, became an EMT. Everyone in our family are cops. I have tons of respect for the cops and FBI. It's just an incentive, right? I'm financially independent. Dude, if I wanted to retire from work forever tomorrow, I could. So, right, and then on top of that, I mean, I literally live in Hawaii. I live in the best state in the union by a country mile. Why, you know, where's the incentive? All right, let's go get this karate guy's Tyragyu. Start thinking of names for a Tyragyu, by the way. Depth good. A female powerlifting coach gave me a good cue. Use your hands. Use your hands to tighten your lats. That's a good... Well, so the trouble is, I do low bar squats, so my hands are faced like this. I'm not actually grabbing the bar. So my hands, they're pressing down. They're not really... You get what I'm saying? Join the FBI. I know if it's the police, I don't want to work for my city. Understand. Civic pride is a good thing, but it can also be important to recognize when your city has shortcomings. Mine certainly does. I mean, Honolulu has major issues. Homelessness and cost of living are the big ones. Also congestion, which are all linked thanks to the Interstate Highways Act of 1956 and its consequences. Yeah, buddy, you knew it was coming. Low bar 2. The video link helps Discord to show this applies to a low bar and overall squats. Yeah, chuck that in the fitness channel. I thought my form wasn't bad. I'm just saying I think there are tweaks I could make to improve it even more. And yes, you can still type in !HW if you want that. ENB, if you want to update the commands, I believe you have access to that as one of my admins. For stream elements, by all means, please go do that. That would be actually really clutch. It'd be really nice. Interstate Highway in Johto and Canada replace the bike in this game with a car. ENB has entered the troll mode. That's a good troll, though. That's pretty funny. I don't need to log in. Oh, we didn't take Islero. I should have, because Islero's got Zen Headbutt. Oh well. We don't have to face the Karate Master again, I don't think. Make a difference to more than the cop. FBI ratings are underrated. I agree. The FBI does a lot of really critical work that most Americans don't understand. That is true. Time to get Muscle a good workout. This is easy XP, baby. Because Muscle is a traded Pokemon. Leveling up Machamp, this is going to be a breeze. We've had to put way more work in with Tatsu. This just is what it is. It's Dragonair. It's just kind of... If you choose to have a Dragonite in your party, you understand the work that is implied with that. It's the same thing with Tyranitar. Like, the payoff is great. You get an incredible Pokemon at the end, but it is a slog to get there. Nation faces threats, lives at risk, we have no clue. Ridiculous secret guardians, angels working in the background. To an extent. Okay, I wouldn't call them guardian angels. I would call them officers of the law who do things more discreetly. But they are important. See, part of me thinks Machoke is my spirit Pokemon. I don't have the same hairdo, but like, ooh, that's gonna be a painful revenge. That did some damage. It's alright, we'll give Muscle a water. Good set, Muscle, good set. Nice, 39. 134 attack, we like that, we like that. Eventually, we're going to teach, once it, I think 40, somewhere in the 40s it learns Cross Chop. Cross Chop turns, seeing as that we're going to use Machamp as something of a cannon, Cross Chop is a massive upgrade. Too much glaze, my bad. No, it's nothing wrong with it. I mean, I have a lot of respect for our police officers and our FBI agents as well. There are always bad cops and bad federal agents, but I think the stories you hear of them, of the bad ones, are so overblown. Can't see any existing commands in stream elements. You should be able to. All you gotta do is go to, it should be for the Bull Muscle YouTube channel, and then it should have roles, not roles, it should be commands or something like that. Oh damn, that didn't knock it out. Wow, literally just 1 HP'd it, huh? Yeah, we need a stronger move for this Pokemon than Karate Chop. Luckily, this is the perfect place to train a Machamp. Yeah, Machamp's not gonna do anything. I'm in the wrong place. Yeah, I was thinking you might have been. Nice. Muscle is surveying the area. Nah. We got a female Machamp. This is... Honestly, we could rename it Muscle Mommy. Speaking of... Yes. Yo, thanks, ENB. Appreciate that. Also... Nobody did it, so I'm going to do it early, since... There we go. Oh, it didn't work. It used to be HW is the Interstate Highways Act meme. Since I made the joke, I achieved comedy, as it were. It's called hysteria. I think the big issue with cops is that they're being asked to enforce stupid laws. What do I mean by that? So, right... A lot of these stops get amplified because of cannabis laws, that we make cannabis illegal. That's dumb. Cannabis should be legal. Oh, who's that down there? Can make that command. Well, no, I thought we had an Interstate Highways Act command. I can't be bothered with a level 13. Who's this? Oh, that's an item. We'll have that. I didn't realize this was an item. Aw. Little Machop trying to ask. This is the same level 13 male Machop. She has no time for you, buddy. Hit the gym. Level up. It's still 200 EXP points. That's not bad. Hey, a nugget. We like that. We like nuggets. That's money. Which means we can go spend it on more protein. I have my priorities in check. All right, no, we're getting, bro. This really is. It's the muscle mommy in the gym, and it's all the level 13 broccoli heads surrounding her, not leaving her the fuck alone. I might have to play the black flute if this continues. Okay, clearly this is a part of the cave I did not explore last time. Yes, love it. I'm definitely not interested in dealing with level 14 Zubats. Zubats, alright, we're gonna use the black flute. I'm kind of tired of, actually, we're just not even gonna bother with this. We're gonna use a super repel. I can't be bothered with this. It's like, so the super repel, just this chunk of exploring the cave would be, in theory, 200 EXP for Dragon Air. Escape rope, we don't need that. That's money though. Okay, we have explored this. I think we're back in the main portion of the cave. Yeah. I think at some point we hopped a ledge that we shouldn't have. Muscle mommies gross and ugly? No. I find them immensely attractive, actually. I really like muscles on a girl. I like muscles on a guy, too, so... no, actually. I strongly disagree with you. Respectfully, but strongly. I like muscle mommies for sure. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Spray from my partner, running the trees is Cedra, using waterfall. Okay, yeah. We hopped a ledge we weren't supposed to, but at least we got a nugget out of it. We gotta circle back around. In that case, I'm just gonna use dig, and we'll start from the beginning. No, I like muscular women for sure. That would be... The other reason I like muscular women is because it's a very big green flag. The same could be said for men, but in particular women, because it means women... A muscular woman, by default, is going to have two excellent traits. The first is that she understands hard work and discipline. She understands what goes into looking a certain way, and she's willing to work hard and suffer through sacrifices to get there. The second one that I really like about muscular women is that muscular women are already battling a negative societal expectation about how a woman is supposed to look and ignoring that and not caring, doing something that she wants to do. So, yeah, muscle mommies are hot as fuck. Absolutely. Very feminine with big, thick thighs and juicy. Fair enough. There's nothing wrong with having preferences. In the same way, okay, we have to talk about, you know, women's preferences. Women almost exclusively like men over 6 feet tall. Statistically speaking, this is a really bad thing for women because only 14% of men are actually more than 6 feet tall. So you're already eliminating 6 out of every 7 guys by using that as a filter. Ladies, I would strongly recommend reconsidering this preference if you're willing to. I like women to work out, focus on cardio to be more attractive personally. See, cardio bunnies, I'm the exact opposite. I like women who are cardio bunnies, but I really like a woman who could... The other reason I love muscle mommies, right? There is something to me that is incredibly attractive about trust. And if I squat something super heavy and I know you're behind me and I know I can trust you to spot me with a weight that could cause serious injury if I fail... Be still my heart. Be still my heart. Preferences aren't always good. I had to cut off a friend because he wouldn't date a black girl. Okay, so this is another good example. If you're not attracted to a certain skin tone or race, that's okay. If you're not attracted to, say, a black girl because of a stereotype you have about black people, that's racist. I would suffice it like that. In general, okay, as an example, and there are exceptions to this rule, I'm generally not as much a fan of Asian women for the reason that, physically speaking, I tower over them. And this often means that there's a huge size difference. Go ahead and think about what that might mean for the bedroom. there is a thing is too big, right? God made us in all sorts of different sizes and shapes, but there's a reason, right? In general, again, there are plenty of attractive Asian women out there, but in general, at a certain point, right, for all men, I am at the 95th percentile for height. I'm 6'3". I'm doing, there's no way to say this immodest without being immodest, but I'm doing well downstairs as well. Because of this, you know, there is a thing is you can hurt someone, you know, not meaning to, but that sort of thing. Excuse me for a moment. Oh my God, my legs are sore. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah. The pause squats did the trick today. Woo, mama. Ouchie. Cries in 5'8". See, this is what I'm talking about. Ladies, you guys want to talk about amazing men? Low-key vandalized here in chat, John makes me look like a fucking wuss in the gym. John can put up, honestly, superhuman amounts of weight. With his body, like if you are into guys with discipline, work ethic, and perseverance, John should be low-key, you should be swimming in women, low-key. Just because of, if you value those underlying traits, which you should. Oh, let's go, cross chop. See, 5'11's great, and ENB, never lie about being 6 foot. Own being 5'11. Because if you say you're 6 feet, and then people catch you not being 6 feet, it's a calling card. It says, I'm insecure. Yes, we're forgetting a move. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. 100 power, 80 oh, it's only 80 accuracy this game? It's only 5 PP, too. Okay, that sucks, but cross chop is such a powerful move. Women, I'm not familiar with this Pokemon. Oh, okay, that one's good. That's funny. Forget. Women, I'm not familiar with this Pokemon. I think I will give Cross Chop a PP up. So guys, get ready. This is for the first time in this game we're getting our PP up. ENB, please make the joke now if you decide to. Oh, baby, we just got our PP up so hard. Actually, 5'10 3/4. Okay, so yeah, you can round up. If it's within an inch, fine, round up. But, like, if you're 5'11", own being 5'11". But no, if I had a type, so to speak, for women, physically speaking, muscles. Muscles, muscles, muscles. Now, not grotesque, right? Like everything, it can be overdone. In the same way that with men, I like an athletic build, but like what I think is the most handsome is an athletic build, just objectively. But like the bodybuilder, and again, loads of respect for bodybuilders. I think they look better out of competition than in competition. I think while getting to those single-digit body fat percentages is incredibly impressive, to me, I think that it looks unhealthy. And I know how awful you feel when you get to those low body fat percentages. I haven't done it myself, but I've met a lot of bodybuilders, and they tell me. Shoes can be around 5'9". My boots like to wear maybe a bit taller, as I call those my insecurity boots. Aw. Don't feel negative about yourself. John, dude, you are an absolute catch, and don't forget that. You also have some really sweet cats with you. So... And ladies do like pets, so 100% use your cats for that. You feed them, they owe you as much. Your little gargoyles are very cute. 5'11" last time I went to the doctor. What's the lowest body fat percentage you've been at? Probably in 2022 when I dipped to 199. Me at 199, I am shreddy vegetti, real skinny. Probably that was around 10% body fat if I had to take a guess. I think I'm in the low to mid-teens most of the time. So today I was 214.3. You can see that I have visible abs, especially when I flex and lean forward a bit. When I stand still, you can see, right, even if I exhale, you can still see definition on the side profile. There's a little bit of belly fat here, and there's not, you can see 2, 4, and 6. But I'm not like flexing right now. If I flex, they show a lot more obvious, but there's not very much definition between 5'6" and below. I had a date in 2017. She said, and I quote, "Where's the rest of you, Lamount?" Now, so this is another thing. To me, bodybuilders look gross. I don't think they look gross. I think they're impressive, but I think bodybuilders look amazing outside of competition when they put just a little fat on. It was when I was Arnold Schwarzenegger, but that body type looks grotesque. You know, IMO, it's too much. I think it's an incredible achievement for humanity. Oh, fuck. That was Tiffany. Let's call Tiffany back. Fuck. Because that might have been a trainer battle. Tiffany, good afternoon. Love dressing Michael Ferry. Fuck. Oh, we might have just missed a battle there. Damn. I had a date in 2017. Bro, see, this is the thing. Women, all right? Not that any women ever watch this channel, but women, what you say sticks in our heads a really long time. We do pay attention to the things you say. If you get if you give out compliments to men, it could be 2 decades around the road, and they might have continued thinking about that compliment 2 decades in the future. Because women giving compliments to men is incredibly rare. Bro, like even me, right? Again, not trying to be modest, but I'm jacked. I get loads of compliments from men. Women, very rare. Very rare. Even at modeling shows, tons of, "Bro, dude, you're yoked. Bro, dude, what's your split? What kind of diet do you have?" From women, you know, a smile maybe, but actual words like compliments, which are free. Ladies, by the way, they're free. If you like a guy, say something nice to him. It's okay. It's the 21st century. Feminism made the move now. You have to do the first move. Ladies, it's okay to say something nice to a guy. We're not going to cancel you the way you cancel us. Yes, I'm slightly bitter. Yes, I have been burned. Why? Does it show? All right, let's use cross chop. Power! Graveler, delete. Oh, that's the other thing that I love about cross chop. Yeah, the high crit ratio means it's effectively an 80% accuracy, 200 power move with a stab bonus on a Pokemon with a ridiculously high attack level. You know what I need to do is give Muscle the Shell Bell instead of... What have I given Muscle? Because the Shell Bell or the Soothe Bell or whatever is going to make it... Oh yeah, I have given it the Bright Powder. Because that'll help Muscle heal while it just keeps deleting Pokemon. It's a good idea. We're going to do that. Yes, we'll switch to the Bright Powder. The Bright Powder is really useful for battles, though, because occasionally it does mean the other Pokemon misses. Muscle is staring patiently at nothing at all. Speaking of things that I did at the modeling show, they asked me to do a live mannequin where you're staring patiently at nothing at all. For men, this is very easy. Men, ladies, you probably have heard of the nothing box, where a man is literally just... thinking about nothing. Yeah, we love that. Sometimes we'll be sitting on the couch and there will be just absolute radio silence. Can't remember last time a woman complimented me. Last time I don't... Exactly. Ladies, again, if you want to set yourself apart, so simple. So fucking simple. Make the first move. I promise you, if you make the first move and you say something nice to a guy, you are already ahead of 99% of women. If you do this and you're also in the gym and you're serious about building muscle, send me a DM. I might be interested in you. But you got to make the first move. I'm not... Because even with a girl that I thought might be a candidate, I, for the first time in years, made a move and I got accused of sexual harassment. All I asked was, do you want to go for a hike or go to the beach? That's it. That's all I asked. Feminism, ladies, you dug this hole for yourselves. You can't do that as a gender. You can't do that and then ask where all the good men are. Submission is a good move. They're out there. I haven't met one myself. They are. They are. And it's not... I don't ever want it to be like, oh, well, he's, you know... I'm not black-pilled or red-pilled or any of that other dumbass MRA crap. But there are some pretty damning statistics out there. Yeah, we'll go get Tyregu, then we'll hit Dig, and then I'm going to go for a hike. But yeah, women, a lot of good men that you would be interested in are no longer making the move. You have scared us away from doing that. The Mike Pence rule, right, the Mike Pence rule used to be something called the Billy Graham rule. Now it's the Mike Pence rule because of y'all's actions. Y'all have scared the men away. The Mike Pence rule exists not because Mike Pence is a religious zealot. He is a religious zealot, but that's not why it exists. It exists because he is in a position where accusations, be they true or not, cause an immense amount of damage, and quite simply, they're a massive pain in the ass to deal with. We don't like dealing with bullshit like that. I'm making a men's dating channel. You remind me like you're a left-wing Andrew Tate, bro. If you think I'm left-wing, you probably haven't been watching for that long. I'm neither left nor right-wing. I have individual positions on individual issues. Overall, I'm close to the center, maybe. I'm not really sure, actually, what I probably need to take another political compass test. I would say centrist. There are some things I'm very left-wing on, yes. But Andrew Tate, I might add, is a terrible person, and I try to not be a terrible person. So, small difference there, I would like to hope. But as far as dating advice, did you just right up there, for a consultation, email me at askbullmuscle@gmail.com. I am very happy to give dating advice. It's dependent on who writes me. That's the thing. When I make these consultations, you can ask me about anything you'd like. So if you want this to be a dating channel, write to me. If you want this to be a channel where I talk about personalized or tailored fitness plans, write to me. If you want this to be a channel where I talk about economics issues or political issues, write to me. Consultations, they don't just have to be, yo, I want to get in shape and get jacked. If you want me to talk about philosophy, literally, that's the best part about this channel. If you want to pick my brain on any subject whatsoever, all you gotta do is write me an email, askbullmuscle@gmail.com. Compared to Andrew Tate, you seem very left-wing. There are some issues I'm very left-wing on. When it comes to the environment, I tend to be very, very left-wing. We only have one planet, and we're fucking it up very badly right now. Go look at biodiversity statistics. And when I have my opinions, I tend to back them up with data. Go look at carbon emissions. Yes, the Earth is yes, climate is changing. Yes, it is mostly human caused. Yes, we need to do something about it. However, on this issue where I disagree with left-wingers, and particularly hacks like Bernie Sanders, is that we need to actually do something to reduce carbon emissions, not just use it as a Trojan horse to advance a socialist agenda. I'm a huge fan of wind, solar, battery storage, and reduction in carbon from less driving, but I'm a big fan of doing that with nuclear energy, bike paths instead of public transit, because public transit is extraordinarily expensive for the value you get. Also, bike paths reduce obesity. I'm also not a fan of a lot of the left-wing social causes. Now, in general, at this point, I think gay marriage it's an answered question. I think homosexuals should be allowed to be as miserable as the rest of married people. And that's not even a joke. 86% of marriages either end in divorce or they exist in a condition where one of the two partners is unhappy. So marriage is not very good, statistically speaking, these days. All right, let's talk to Tyregu. This guy. I'm crushed. Training is not enough. Loss. Fighting jump Pokemon. Nice. Oh, I'm a huge fan of wind, solar, and battery storage. Especially if you live in a place like Arizona, solar is even cheaper than nuclear. And I'm a nuclear engineer by trade, but there are places solar makes an immense amount of sense, as does wind. Go to the Panhandle in Texas, where you've got mostly cattle grazing farms and cotton farms, and it's windy all the time there. It's a great place to put wind turbines. And the state of Texas was very smart under the Rick Perry administration, a Republican, I might add, to build a giant grid connection from the Panhandle, where all the wind turbines are, to the big cities in the eastern half of the state. Yeah, no, Illinois is a great example for nuclear, although wind is pretty good in Illinois as well. Illinois, you have lots of sources of water, you've got major industrial centers that require 24/7 power, and you've got lots of ways to transport both waste and uranium. You can ship it up the Mississippi River, you could ship it down the Ohio River, you could ship it from the St. Lawrence Seaway through to the Port of Chicago. There's lots of options. And I will give a lot of credit to the land of Lincoln on this issue. They have the most nuclear power as a percentage of their electricity generated. Number 2, I might add, is the great state of South Carolina. Just had to put it in there because both northern and southern states can be based on this issue. Or, unfortunately, like the current state I live in, they can be idiotic. Yes, the rules on nuclear energy in this state are fucking stupid. Let's see, Tyrague. Okay, it's male. I'm actually going to call him Mike Tyrague Tyson. We made the Ether Bunny joke earlier today. Fighting type, tougher Pokemon, keep the hard work, keep training too, farewell. Okay. Thank you, Karate Master. Karate-san, what are you doing? Karate-san, you must follow direction. You lack discipline. We must learn from a karate master. Illinois is pretty idiotic when it comes to nuclear. Yeah, that's true. Illinois was based about nuclear power in the 1960s, and that's why they're good about it now. They're finally revisiting some of those laws, which is a good idea. Honestly, Illinois is a poorly governed state in general. There's a lot of things I like about it, don't get me wrong, but like, Illinois has issues. If it wasn't for Louisiana, y'all would be topping the corruption list a lot of the time. That's the old joke about Mayor Daley, right? He bashed heads, but he actually got things done because it's just how Chicago operates. Oh shit, we don't have a... Ooh, Brent. Hello, Brent. Carbon goals wouldn't be attainable without it. What's up, it's Brent, how are you? Did you know, Blizzard ready for Goldenrod, that's it then. You tease, I was hoping for a battle. JB is actually... Yeah, JB Pritzker gets a lot of flack because he's willing to compromise and he's willing to do the... JB Pritzker is a man who understands that you have... how to make sausages. It's the old Otto von Bismarck quote about, you know, lawmaking being like sausage making. In general, it's best not to see it. There's a lot of wheels that have to be greased to get shit done. Why did I use payback there? Was Illinois not dumb? He just says he's go visit Chicago, unlike New York City. Chicago, they don't own their own streets. I mean, Chicago's a cool town. I'd like to spend more time there in the summer. ENB. But the problem is there are also a lot of, well, not to be mean, but shitholes in Illinois. The first one that comes to mind is East St. Louis. East St. Louis is shocking, and not in a good way. Again, not trying to be mean to the land of Lincoln, but East St. Louis is... Bro, what the fuck even happened there? East St. Louis is basically Camden, but Midwest. Shows owned by Chase Morgan. JP makes it hard to do any redesigns, build trams or bike lanes. See, in downtown Chicago, you don't need trams or bike lanes. You have the loop, you have the L, and it works pretty well. In Chicagoland, on the outskirts of the city, that's where that hurts. That's where bike lanes probably make more sense. Because, right, you can take a bicycle on the trains, can't you? If you can't, that's a dumb policy. But they have to pay for their lost parking meter revenue. That's dumb. I mean, I get it. Let's see what we got here. Alright, so this is going to become a Hitmonchan. Because it's got more defense than attack. I think you can on Metro. I'm not sure about the L. Interesting. Okay. Well, at least we got 2 Pokemon above level 40. I don't really want to take on Lugia until we've got all 6 above 40, but... What a shitty nature. Is it a calm nature? Modest. That's alright. I wasn't going to use this Pokemon anyway. We already have a Machamp. What would the value be of adding a second fighting type? It's okay. We're good. So what I'll probably do a Discord stream, just kind of chilling, playing Pokemon. Maybe check out Pokeathlon. Daycare one of our starting 6 and really try to level our Pokemon up. Because right now, let's see where we're at. So we got 36 for... We've got 36 for Dragonair. That's our weakest. 41 for Steelix and Machamp. That's better. 38 for Tentacruel. And then... Where's Hislero? 38 for Tauros. So we need to... I think we need... And 39 for Meganium. So we need to level up 4 more of our Pokemon a little bit more. Let's return. We'll save, and that's going to be it. You can take Transit. Why not have both? Well... For practical reasons, Will. You want to have... You would... Ideally, yes, you would like to have both. But Chicago is a city that is struggling with money, especially because of the idiotic pension promises it made to its teachers and unions. So the same thing with... The same thing applies to the state of Illinois in general. But because of that, there's going to be a financial pinch. You have to make the best possible decision with the money you are given. In an ideal world, yes, you want to invest in both transit and cycling. But this is why I'm a huge fan of cycling here in Honolulu, where we have had a disaster. I mean, our train is a bad meme at this point, and cycling is incredibly cheap, and the weather is literal perfection 12 months a year. Fuck the CTU. Yeah, the Chicago Teachers Union is, again, you want to talk about a right-wing opinion I have. I am pro-union. I'm actually a union member. However, you need to curb the excesses and abuses of unions, particularly in the public sector. Because a lot of the time, the unions spend way more time focusing on protecting shitty employees than improving the benefits of the employees that deserve to get them. I think unions have the wrong priority there. But yeah, Will, I'm very glad I've had you in this chat. I feel like you're relatively new to the streaming section, so been really good having you because I feel like you've added a lot of interesting things to this conversation. So I appreciate that. Started on pensions, saw my tax breakdown in a few years. I can't believe I'm paying for police and firemen's retirement. Ain't nobody paying my retirement. Right, I'm a federal worker. I, in theory, will get a federal pension, but I don't think it's going to exist in a few years. How many times are you going to save? I'm stalling because I was enjoying the conversation. There. Quit. Yes, I know my apartment's a wreck right now. Ah, that was actually the title of this stream. We never really addressed that, so I'll go ahead and do that. I will be moving out of this apartment at some point in June, most likely. Right now, I'm trying to get out of the lease before having to pay an extra month in rent and like double rent, basically. I got to scramble on that. I've got like 6 more days to find someone, so hopefully I do. There's usually a pretty good waiting list for these apartments. I need to go talk to the apartment complex. I'll probably do that when I end the stream here. See if they've found anybody or if they're even trying. I asked them to, but I don't get the sense that they're... I think they gave me lip service on that one. State is paying for retirement. It's just one more safety margin for me. I want to make changes to make it sustainable. Exactly. I would rather we have a sustainable pension system than one that doesn't exist. It's also a huge fan of the reason I've updated my opinion on this. The Social Security and Medicare age should now be 75, not 73 as a minimum. And that's my new compromise number. No less than 75. Love to be a federal worker, see the healthcare packages or politicians getting our ass for ourselves when we can't get that too. Politicians get a slightly different healthcare package than just federal workers. Just let's make that clear. Our healthcare plans are good. I'd say they're slightly better than average from the private sector, but they're not the everything is paid for Cadillac plans you think they are. Most of my... I do get a nice little match to my HSA. I have a high deductible healthcare plan because my healthcare plan is don't get sick. Mine is 80. I think 80 would be an ideal world. If we wanted to make it sustainable the way it was originally founded by the Roosevelt administration, 79, and then just tie it to life expectancy. Make the Social Security age the same as life expectancy. That would be ideal. And again, we should be doing that immediately, like now, because the people it would affect now are all the boomers who don't fucking deserve it anyway. I'm not getting started on my boomer rant. We don't have time for that. But I will be trying to move out of this apartment. When I do that, it's going to save me north of $1,000 a month. In other words, the amount of money it takes me to be financially independent would drop by over $400,000 with the amount of money I'm going to save, which is really nice, assuming a 3% withdrawal rate, which is, yes, very conservative. But if I'm in my 30s, I want my money to grow over time as well. I don't just want it to be enough. FI at age 29, people who save enough money to retire by themselves. Damn fucking right. Anyway, that's going to be it for me today. I might stream tomorrow since it is Memorial Day and I do have the day off. We'll see. I think, to answer your question, Big Red Fro, it'll probably be later tonight if I do it. But if I'm streaming tomorrow, maybe I won't. I don't know. Kind of thinking about it. I'm a weirdo for wanting to fund the IRS. Gladly aid more taxes for better efficiency. I'm a fan of funding the IRS, but I think it's a two-sided coin. You need to also simplify the tax code because the tax code is so arcane. We're asking the IRS to basically do an impossible job. You have to make the tax code easier to understand. I'm also a big fan of a national sales tax or a consumption tax. That would also dramatically simplify the tax code. You do a flat income tax of maybe 15% plus a sales tax. You'd be sitting pretty. And then I would add two other taxes to make it more progressive. Carbon taxes, and then really heavy estate taxes. I despise inherited wealth. This is probably my most left-wing position. I'm a fan of taxing estate. Whatever optimizes for the Laffer curve for estate taxes, 70, 80%, whatever. I want the government to absolutely pillage estate accounts. I'm sorry, you didn't earn that money. Your parents did. You did not do shit for it. Nothing. I am not entitled to the hard work my father did. My father was very gracious in the way that he taught me how to work and be independent on my own. I am not entitled to the fruits of his labor. And frankly, he's already putting his labor to great use. My mother, and to a lesser extent, I manage a lot of the money that my father worked for and invested very wisely with for charitable causes. National sales tax, Florida don't like you right now. That suck it. Okay, by the way, if I were ever elected president, I would get impeached within a week. A lot of my policies are extremely unpopular. Oh, one other left-wing policy I have. Huge fan of gasoline taxes. Minimum $7 or $8 a gallon should be our goal. We haven't raised the federal fuel tax since 1993, and inflation has cut its buying power in half. So as an absolute bare bones minimum, we need to double the gasoline tax and tie it to inflation every year. I am a huge fan of high gas prices. Not to mention, the reason I like it too is because if we were able to do that, we would cut oil consumption in this country dramatically. And then if we started exporting oil, we could take the Russians, we could take the Venezuelans, we could take the fucking Saudis and make them our bitch, which I'm a really big fan of. I like making other countries our bitch because America's the best one in the world. There you go. How about that? How about that for a proof that I am neither left-wing nor right-wing? I'm in favor of increasing gas taxes because it makes America even greater. How about that? There you go. There's your contradiction right there. You're not entitled to the fruits of your parents' labor. What if it sets you up with a trust? Rich families do that. Yes, and that's the problem. How many problems get caused by trust fund and Nepo babies in this country? They don't fucking deserve it. Paris Hilton, to a lesser extent, Donald Trump are poster children for why inheritance taxes are a good idea. Or how about George W. Bush? I would argue the worst president we've had in the last 100 years. No, it's not Trump. It's Bush by a landslide. Iraq, there. Do I need another reason? Katrina, if you really want a second one. Lower taxation on inherited wealth. It's already very low. The first, I think, $5 million is exempt from inheritance taxes. And if you're inheriting, and you don't sit here and tell me you need more than $5 million in your life. No. Tax the fuck out of the Nepo babies. Multi-millions of dollars at 18, they should have the freedom to do that. I disagree. The government has to pull money from somewhere, and I think it's a lot better that they pull money from inheritance than they do from things like income and capital gains, which we want. That's what bothers me right now. Everybody's talking about raising income taxes or taxing the wealthy. You really want to tax the wealthy? Let's talk about inheritance first and put income off to the side, because at least with income, people are working for it. Women prefer men who have a trust fund. Well, yes, women like resources. This is obvious. Wouldn't they prefer someone who made their own money? Intellectually honest women probably do. You'd have to ask a woman that question. So there you go. Proof that I'm neither left-wing nor right-wing. I am incredibly I am very patriotic. I believe strongly in gun rights, and I believe strongly in high gasoline taxes to improve carbon emission, or to reduce carbon emissions and improve America's geopolitical standing in the world. And again, proof that if I were elected president, I would get impeached almost immediately, because Americans hate high gas prices. Americans blame the president for gas prices, which always just drives me insane. It's so fucking stupid. The president does not control gas prices. Joe Biden didn't control gas prices going up in 2022, and he didn't control gas prices going down in 2024. Okay? Richard Nixon didn't control gas prices going up in 1973. Jimmy Carter didn't control gas prices going up in 2009. Obama neither controlled gas prices going up in 2010 nor going down in 2014. That's not how that works. Inherited wealth is good because what if your kid is business savvy and wants to start a company? Okay, great. If you want to give them a small loan, you still can do that. It's just you have to pay a tax with that. That's fine. But you don't need, okay, what kind of loan to start a company do you need? Do you need a loan of $1 million? Or in the current one right now, $5 million? No, you don't need $5 million goddamn dollars to start your own business. You really don't. Economics classes return to the high school curriculum. Well, in theory, yes. In practice, a lot of teachers also don't know shit about economics, so they wouldn't have picked a degree that, well, I'm not going to say that. A lot of teaching degrees are useless. That's a different conversation. But the day is getting on here. I have a hike to go and do. I have a lot of cleaning to get up and do. I need to get some of these items fucking sold. I want to get this giant desk out of my apartment. I'm going to lower the price on Craigslist. I just want it gone. Maybe the kid needs $50 million to start a business. No, he doesn't. He fucking doesn't. Technology is expensive. Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak started Apple Computer in their garage. No, yeah, right. But to start Apple, they didn't need $5 million. They didn't need, hell, they didn't even have $5,000, I think, to start. No. No, you do not need mommy and daddy loading you up with money to start your own business. I'll put it this way. I'm a huge fan of equality of opportunity. If you're starting your own business and your business is a really good idea, it will thrive regardless of how much seed capital you have. And if you think your business is better than the middle class kid's business or the poor class kid's business, it should be able to compete without being loaded so much start money that you can just kind of win by default. No, I believe in equality of opportunity right here. You're asking me about, again, my single most left-wing position. But yeah, no, inheritance taxes are a great idea. It was a different time now. Apple's a big dog to beat. You need lots of capital. People said that in 1976 about IBM. No. IBM dominated the computer business in the 60s and 70s. And General Electric dominated the appliances industry. That's not true. If you want to take on big tech, there are plenty of other ways to do it. I am a big fan of trust busting, though. I think at this point you could make the argument for Google getting to the point where Ma Bell was in the 1980s and just breaking them up. But this is a great conversation. Will, I am so glad you are in here. I feel like taxing income works better. Why tax inheritance? Because you work for your income and you don't work for your inheritance. We want to encourage people to work, to provide for themselves. You tax the things you want less of. You try not to tax the things you want more of. We want people working. Work is a good thing. We want people being economically productive. So if you tax income, you're providing a disincentive to work. You don't want to do that. I don't work for my income. Right, okay, it's the same thing with capital gains. You want people to invest and get dividends and money from that. Or if you don't do capital gains. If your income is just entirely from a trust fund, congratulations. I guess you won the birth lottery, but make sure you're doing something important with your life with that money. Try to get as much passive income as possible. Me too, but that's business. Usually there's taxes on that. Business taxes, yeah, you got to pay those. You got to pay capital gains taxes, right? I would much rather decrease those taxes for the things we want people to do and increase the things that are economically unproductive or even in some cases counteractive. Regulation works the same way. Yeah. Without inheritance tax, we would end up with a class system like Europe. I don't think that's true at all. No. Hard disagree with that, Silver Wolf. Hard disagree with that. Oh, no, sorry, you said without inheritance tax. Yes, I do hard agree with that, Silver Wolf. Thank you. Sorry. Yeah, no, inheritance tax, see, to me, inheritance tax makes economic mobility easier. Getting rid of inheritance tax solidifies class structure. Should we be taxing that? I feel undertaxed since most of my income is passive. So you can make the argument, but at the same time, it's important to provide the market with capital. Capitalists, investors do this. So taxing capital gains decreases the incentive for people to invest their money. And when you invest your money, you were talking about starting businesses. Well, how do businesses get started? By people loaning them. A lot of the times, it's individual loans. I do some of that on the side, actually. So I'm a huge fan of this. But I need to get going. Guys, if you, Silverwolf, EMB, Big Red, Will, if you guys want to write and have me just do an entire video on this topic, I would be honored and thrilled to do so. Write to me right up here, there, at askbullmuscle@gmail.com, okay? I will happily answer any questions you want. It's very, very happy to pick my brain on that. I do custom tailored diet plans, fitness plans. I do dating advice if you want to go that route, philosophy, economics, politics, personal finance help. I've done that. I've helped people a lot with that as well. Loads of opportunities abound for everyone. I hope y'all have a wonderful Sunday. I'll probably check in on the Discord a little bit later today. Don't have an exact time for you. Failing that, I will be live tomorrow morning in all likelihood. Until next time, y'all, make good decisions. Those good decisions form your actions. Those actions form your habits. The habits form your values, and the values form an ethos that can be the guide star through the rough waters of life. Much love. Come in for the hug. Shoots. I will see y'all around, either later today on the Discord or tomorrow. If you haven't checked out the Discord, type in !Discord or check my channel.